поне успях да го приборя. Тук изтрих това. Ще да видим всяко случай. Докарах. Okay, so let me see now. The password doesn't match. The password. Third password. Continue. Ansible controller. So I have given name password controller. Okay, let me see what's going on now. It seems to me it's installing, so everything is going to be okay now. Probably I will pause right now the record. What I did actually is I increased the RAM. That's it. Of course. Actually the FAIR say in the documentation a minimum RAM is 2 gigabytes, and I'm too greedy. I said only one. Of course it's not gonna work. And after that, when I turn off the graphical user interface on booting, I will switch back to only 1 gigabytes of RAM. And I have to cheat like that because, as I said, I have only 8 gigabytes of RAM. They offer me here to install 32 gigabytes of RAM on my machine, but it's gonna cost me 300 Bulgarian levs. It's okay. Yeah, for the laptop, it's only 300 for this laptop, for Nitro 5.
Is it SSD or HD?
No, I'm talking about the RAM. Yeah, I'm using, right now I'm using NVMe SSD, NVMe.
So you can add some RAM from the SSD, like it's faster than when you are making adding virtual RAM from the card, right? The SSD is faster, so you can use some.
Yes, right now I'm not using the SSD. I'm using a spinning hard drive, which is even slower. But this was my choice. So, and we can see that the bottleneck actually here. Look at the memory. Even though I set to Hyper-V only 1 gigabyte of RAM, I'm giving this virtual machine only 1 gig of RAM. Look at this. It was 68% when I started. Now it's 91, which means it's much more than 1 gig. It's cheating. Windows is cheating. Hyper-V is cheating, and the bottleneck actually is the communication with the hard drive. Okay, so soon it's going to be installed, and we'll see the node. Somewhere in the breaks I'm going to install the node as well, and we'll have both Ansible controller and Ansible node, or maybe I'm just going to call it host 1 or host 2, and install Ansible on this Ubuntu. So we'll see. I'm gonna pause right now the recording. It doesn't make sense to waste time. So when I allowed more RAM, actually the installation was successful. So I went to settings before, and I changed this to only 1024. Now I left it as it is, which is dynamic memory allocation. And now it works. Let me check the checkpoints. The checkpoints are disabled, which is okay, I believe. So that's it. Finally, the installation has completed. Restart now. Installing is complete. You need to restart. Okay. I will restart, but I'm sure that it's not going to be boot into the operating system. It's going to ask me to remove the installing and the installation media. So I'm going to stop the machine after asking me to do that and remove the installation media. So let me see now. Okay, this is just rebooting now. Oh, come on. The boot is a little bit slow, but what can we do? Yes, it is. So 4 minutes. So obviously the recording interferes with the virtual machines, which is normal. There is not enough RAM, so probably I shouldn't be waiting for this to happen. Maybe what I'm gonna do, here we go. So finally, squash, no, I don't know what. Yeah, I'll turn off this machine. Let me pause this. And back resume. Okay, so I'm gonna go to settings here, DVD, blah blah, DVD, none. How come? I haven't changed it. How come? Is none. Whatever. So let me try now. Control, start and see what happens. Hopefully it's gonna start. We'll see. And we'll continue with Ansible installation. If not, we'll repeat until it happens. It looks promising, at least. So we'll see now. I have created one user, which is Stoyan Cheresharov. That's me, with username Stoyan and the password as a password. Absolutely normal. I keep the things simple. KISS, the principle KISS. Keep it simple, stupid. So everywhere, but the name of the machine, the host name, actually is Ansible Controller 1 altogether. So we'll see if that works. And now the Hyper-V, maybe this is interesting for someone. On Hyper-V, actually, you cannot get it in the, oh, it's even in Bulgarian. Great. I'm almost sure that I'm not recording. I'm recording. So, but we'll see. In any case, so we'll see this. As I said, everything is going to be published into the channel, and also you can find it in the learning management system. You know that you have to register in my learning management system and enroll for the course. So I will know your faculty number and all this kind of stuff. So let me go there. Stoyan password. So let me sign in here. Maybe it's not very well seen here, but if I'm in the full HD, 1920, 1920 or whatever, 1920, oh, it's seen. You see that I don't have full HD here. Even the mouse can indicate that. I go out from the borders of the screen here. So next. Done. Okay, so activities. What I don't see here is how to run the terminal now. Activities. Maybe I should have a bars here. I hope so. No, I don't. So I don't see the bottom part of the screen, which is ridiculous. So I cannot get here to the bottom side and run the terminal. So let me try it like that. F1, F2, F3, whatever. So somehow I'll get to the terminal. Unlock. Actions. I cannot get to the actions tab. I'm recording, but the resolution is too small, so I cannot get to the actions. Let me think about some kind of a shortcut or something. Blah blah. Update software, not right now. Yeah, please look at for the shortcut to run the terminal on Ubuntu 18.04. Remind me later. Okay, I don't need that. Control D. Thank you. Control D, T, terminal, Control T. Ooh, thank you. So IPA, let me see the assigned IP address. Did I get IP address? Do I have an IP address? INET, yeah, here we go. I get this IP address. So now, in order actually not to run in the graphical mode and directly start in this mode, I have to do some changes in the group. So I'm going to use nano, etc., or etc. default group. So you also can do that if you like. So nano etc. default. Come on. Too many choices group. And here we have to change this group command line quite splash to text, only to text. That's it. Now, as far as I remember, group exit. I'm not a sudo, so I'm not a root, so I have to switch to root, otherwise it's not gonna allow me to do that. Save, no, go ahead. So sudo nano etc default group. This is a little bit tedious, but what can I do? You always have to type the password unless you switch to always to sudo. So now Control X, and because this is systemd, I have to use systemctl. CTL, let me look at for the command because this spell actually it's hard to remember. Okay, sudo update group. Oh, I have to sudo update group. Sudo update group. The next time when I run the machine is going to run directly in the text. Why I'm doing this? Just because I can. This is exactly how it is, just to show what you have to change in order to do switching from graphical to text mode, booting, and also we always can go back to the let me see here the operations. So what is that? Why don't I see it properly? Let me copy this and put it in Notepad so I will be able to see it better. Define the okay, and I have to run systems target for sudo, and after that forced, and after that sudo system enable multi-user target force. Unfortunately, I have to type this. I don't have copy and paste here. So I'm gonna move it a little bit to the left and after that to the right. So sudo systemctl enable multi-user default, as far as I remember. Let me see again. Multi-user target minus force, or just minus force. User target minus force. This is how you switch actually the system to boot in text mode. Multi-user target force, systemctl, only one force. Okay, that's fine. Okay, unknown system. What did I type here? Sudo systemctl enable multi-user target force unknown rc. What is that? That's interesting. Update group sudo rc unknown rc. I'm Stoyan sudo su. I will become a, now I'm root. Okay, so again sudo systemctl enable multi-user target minus force maybe, or maybe just force, minus force. Unknown output RC. Okay, maybe that's normal. Sudo update group, I did that. Target force. We'll see, maybe it's normal. Oh, thank you. Multi-user, thank you. That's fine. Multi-user. That's this spell. Multi-user. Thank you. Както се шегувам, дайте си книжката да ви пише 6, нали? Отново ми го дава това. Обаче няма. Грешката винаги е в нас. Sudo systemctl enable multi-user target minus force. Нещо known RC. Защо бе, пич? Sudo systemctl enable multi-user target force. Ще го боря. Това да го правя. Ако трябва ще спра. Sudo systemctl enable multi-user target force. Is I'm root. I'm a root right now. Okay, so unknown output RC. Okay, the output is unknown, but who knows? And in both cases, what is disturbing is that in both cases, without and with syntax error, I get the very same thing. So not sure what's gonna happen now. Sudo, do you know what? Sudo update group. I did that. Sudo update group. Okay, I will accept that that's normal. In any case, I'll figure something out. So the second command is sudo systemctl set default multi-user, set default, it's very inconvenient, multi-user target, and that's it. Set default multi-user target. Sudo systemctl set default multi-user target. Home stoyan system default multi-user target. Failed to set default target. Unit file multi-user target does not exist. Let me see the comment actually, because not sure that I'm typing this correctly. Okay, so let me try again. Just once more again, and after that I will restart the machine and leave it as it is. System set default multi-user target. At least I see it like that. Multi-user target. Set default multi-user target. Sudo system cannot found. This is ridiculous. Restart. Sudo system command not found. Sudo. Do you know what? Probably I should install sudo. Maybe I don't have sudo on this machine. Oh, that's crazy. That's absolutely crazy. Okay, let me shut it down right now, and after that systemctl, точно така, systemctl, okay, of course, create symlink. Now it works. Probably what I did is only syntax errors. Now it's okay. So finally, it's okay. System set default multi-user target force. Only this command actually somehow doesn't work, but whatever. Shut down now. The next time when I start it, probably should start in text mode only, just not to load too much. Memory, let me see now, we'll see that. And we can go to and install, generate after that the keys and install Ansible. Ansible installation is very simple, Ubuntu 18.04. Okay, now we'll see. It looks like it's running in text mode. Of course, we can choose, you can choose actually to install a server or something. Yeah, here we go. At least this was successful today. Okay, so it works. Okay, I'm ready with the server. I'll need a node, unfortunately. Who am I? Okay, and let's look at here. What do we have? Now at least I have a scroll bar, which allows me to look at some things. Before I didn't even have this. Okay, so now I switched to text mode. This tells you how to use it in full HD mode and this in text mode. Let's continue. How to boot Linux in command line mode instead of GUI. That's for Red Hat. This is for the second part, maybe afternoon. I'll do that. Now DevOps Ansible, how to enable up, disable, down, network interfaces, post, NIC, blah blah. This is eventually if you need clear. I just typed clear right now. This is eventually if you need for some reason to set up the interfaces. Let me look at my IP address again. My IP address is 10.006.29 CEDAR, which is strange. I actually have a router with me, actually. So if something doesn't work, I'll use my DHCP server. I'll connect this machine to my DHCP server, which is going to give me IP addresses. Another way to do that is to give the static IP addresses. If config, okay, so I don't need that actually. CentOS NIC, okay. Now, how to enable SSH on Ubuntu 8.04? Let me see if I have SSH right now. So just to make sure that I have SSH, I will start WinSCP and try to connect to this one. Let me see now. 10.0.0.0.6 as far as I remember. Let me look it again. Yeah, it's 6 and the username is Stoyan, the password is password. Let me see if I can log in. It seems to me I won't be able to SSH to this machine. Okay, network error, connection refused. Okay, because I don't have SSH, so I have to install SSH on this machine in order to be able to connect. Let me look at that. Sudo apt update. Mamma mia, this is going to take forever probably. Let me look at it again. Sudo apt update. Okay, now I'm gonna update. After that, I'm gonna execute all these commands in order to be able to SSH. Of course, if you don't need to SSH to the controller, that's fine as well. But I would prefer to have this ability because I'm gonna write the books outside for something more graphical. Sudo apt install OpenSSH server. Okay, sudo apt install OpenSSH server. Let me see the syntax. OpenSSH dash server. At the end of the day, the things are happening, which is the most important, with your help. So that's good. Sudo apt install OpenSSH server. So I will expect you to do that. But of course, okay, so let me see here. Okay, yes, of course. Now, as I said, you can skip this step if you don't need SSH. I prefer to have SSH and to be connected to the server so I can make changes and other things, and even use another terminal to connect to my machine with PUTTY, with PuTTY. So that's fine. That's why I need SSH server. And as you can see on the in the PowerPoint presentation, I have all these things and all the tricks which you may need probably if you don't even know Linux very well. Everything is there, so you can do it. The bad thing is the resolution is 720. That's why I don't see the entire screen. Creating SSH key, this may take some time. Okay, it's always like usual, it may take time. It should be okay now. I'm gonna type clear just to be in the buffer. So it's done. It has been installed. And now check the status, sudo systemctl status ssh. System control status ssh. It's running, active and running, but the next time when I boot into the machine, it's not going to be run, so I have to enable this. So sudo systemctl enable sh server blah 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 blah. Let me check if this was the next command. I believe it is. Sudo system status. Okay. Sudo. Now we have to open the firewall. Sudo Ubuntu firewall allow SSH. Let me try that. Sudo Ubuntu firewall allow SSH. Let me look at the syntax again. I don't have this on top of my head. So allow SSH. Rules updated. Let me try again now to connect with WinSCP. Okay, so 6 Stoyan. Okay, so I have been able to connect to my server now, to my controller. This is going to be turned to be a controller right now. In order to do that, I have to generate the key pairs, RSA key pairs, and push these key pairs to the nodes which I'm gonna orchestrate from this controller. So how to install config Ansible on Ubuntu 18.04. You can see here the links to the very verbose explanations how to do that. Prerequest: make sure the controller node has a non-root user with sudo privileges. We have Stoyan already on this root on this machine, and I have root as Ubuntu machine. To set this up, you can follow the steps 2 and 3. Actually, if you want to see the user, you can follow this guide. Add user. Now, if you don't have a user or you want to use another user, you use add user Sami. I already have Stoyan, so I'm not going to change that. But now I'm going to escalate the privileges of this user and make it part of the sudo group. So I'm going to say exit here because, no, I'm a Stoyan. I'm still Stoyan here. Yeah. let me see, who am I? Stoyan. Now I want to be a part of the sudo group. I want to be a sudoer. So in order to do that, actually I have to add Stoyan to this group. In order to do that, I do user mode -ag Stoyan. Oops. Sudo probably. Clear. Sudo user mod -ag Stoyan. Maybe user mode, user mode value new, blah 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 blah. Okay, I'm gonna leave this now. I'm not gonna play with that. User mod sudo. Yeah, of course. I forget to type the group. I want Stoyan to become a part of sudo group. So when I type Stoyan, it's gonna type root. So when I say who am I now, who am I'll get Stoyan, but okay, we'll see that. In any case, right now I'm part of this groups. Stoyan admin cron sudo dip pluk whatever. So now Stoyan is a part of the sudo group. An SH key pair associated with this user. To set up this, you can follow blah blah. Now let's generate a SH sudoers, manually editing the sudoers. Now I'm gonna do this later. Let me check if I'm recording. Yes, I'm still recording. Create a new granting administrative privilege. Okay, those are the steps which I have to follow. How to set up SSH key on Ubuntu 18.04. This is another tutorial which shows you how to generate the SSH key, because right now we have to generate the SSH key. I tried to escalate the privileges of my Stoyan user on the controller, so it becomes the root. Later on I can change the sudoers group, so I can escalate my privileges without even typing the password. Now when I try to use escalated privileges to execute something as a root, probably is gonna ask me for a password, but this is later. Okay, create a RSA key pair for Stoyan right now. Of course I cannot copy the key right now because I don't have a node machine, so probably I should install, I have to go through the pane now to install a second machine, and after that repeat all this, and after that I will have two nodes and work from there. Copy the public key. I don't see a way actually to clone right now the Hyper-V machine, so I'm gonna create another one, which is gonna waste another 30 minutes, but I don't have a choice. On the afternoon we will repeat all this thing with CentOS. At least we learned something, how to boot the machine without GUI, and how to escalate the privileges of a user. Okay, so Stoyan key, I can generate the keys actually. Sudo apt repository, this is installing Ansible, and I can install Ansible. Okay, let me do that. I'll generate the RSA keys, but I'm not gonna push these RSA keys to the nodes right now. This is what I'm gonna do, just generate the RSA keys. Clear. As you can see, I'm improvising right now. I don't have a list of things to do one after another. I just rely on the video to keep the sequence of the things. SH key again. I hope that at least I have SH key generator. Let me try this. Now, where I am, I'm in Stoyan. Let me look at the files here in the folders. Look at guys, I don't have .sh, which means that I haven't used sh key again or something. Let me try sh key generator. Sh key gen. Today I made so many syntax errors, so I'm careful. Enter file in which to save the key, home.rsa. Look at this, you have to save your key into this file in id rsa. So this is what I'm gonna do. I agree to this. Enter passphrase. Ready? Okay, now I have sh key generated on the server, on the controller, actually, not on the server. Clear. Unfortunately, not all the things are seen on this resolution, but that's it. So now if I ls-al, you see I have sh. If I go to ssh here, oops, sorry, I see that my RSA key pairs have been generated. Clear, and I'm gonna do cut just for curiosity. In any case, I'm gonna remove this. Here it is, my private key. And now I'm gonna show my other key, which is the public. Cut ID RSA pub. Here it is, the public key. This public key should be transferred to my node, which I'm gonna orchestrate later to all actually nodes. So let me continue now with installation of the Ansible. Sudo apt repository. Right now I have to add a repository. This is step number 3 or 4. Sudo apt repository. Let me paste here so I can see it better, because even with glasses I don't see it very well today. Okay, start Ansible controller 1. Okay, so I'm gonna go sudo apt repository ppa Ansible. Right now to Ubuntu I'm just adding Ansible. Sudo apt repository ppa Ansible. Ansible is radically simple, blah blah. Press enter to continue, control to cancel, more information, blah blah. Press enter. Okay, so I just added the repository where I can find Ansible on Ubuntu. I'll do apt update, and after that apt install, and I will have Ansible on this controller. This is all you have to do in a controller. Of course, there are optional steps like switching only to text mode. This was optional, which actually gave us a lot of problems, but we have managed somehow to do it. Update. Also running SSH. That's not necessary on the controller, but absolutely necessary on the clients, if you want to call them like that. So I have to repeat these steps again. I have to install SSH, that's for sure. Since I don't see the bottom, I see it now. I'm at the bottom and it's done. Clear again and do Ansible install. So I will have Ansible on this machine. Sudo apt install Ansible. Yes, of course. And when it finishes, I will have fresh installation of Ansible on the controller node. This is all you have to do in order to use Ansible on a machine. This is the controller. Actually, there are more steps, and I'm going to do these steps. But after installing the node, because I don't know the IP addresses which are going to be assigned to the nodes. So I have to go through again this slow and painful process of installation of another Ubuntu. You can take a break. I'll do this while you're having lunch. When you're back, if you're back, I'll show you how to push actually our public key to the node and start manipulating the node from controller. Yes, what is that? Now restart services during package upgrade. Yes, I want to do this. Restart it. Configuring libs SSL. Okay. Services upgrade, blah, 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 blah. Okay. At least I will have Ansible controller node running. Even though somewhere on the video we are talking Bulgarian, I don't think it's that bad actually. It still can be published public and can be publicly available. So if somebody cares and somebody is interested how to install Ansible on Ubuntu 18.04, actually is going to be available. Maybe there are better videos, maybe there are better tutorials. As I said, watch better tutorials. Clear. Okay, so that's it. Now I have Ansible. My version Ansible 2.9.4. I just have a fresh installation of Ansible. So let me see what is the next. Install Ansible. Now installing Ansible, original Ansible documentation. If something doesn't work well for you, as you can see, each time I'm improvising, if something doesn't work well for you, you can check the installation guide from the original documentation of Ansible, and this is what they recommend: sudo apt update, sudo apt install software properties common, sudo apt repository -- yes, this is normal, -- update ppa, again ppa. So the commands which I executed are 3 commands, and the original documentation recommends using this one. I don't see it's that bad. Setting in the inventory file. Now once we have Ansible on the controller, now we need to know the IP addresses of our nodes. So that's why I'm gonna cut this video right now, stop the video, and when I have the second node, I will continue with this. So I will go back again to the installation of another Ubuntu, which I'm gonna call probably Ansible host 1 or Ansible server 1, Ansible host 1. I don't know how to clone a machine here. Of course, I can ask Google. Let me see if in Hyper-V we can clone the machines. Oh, God. Okay. So I'm gonna stop right now.